Let me explain. No, there is too much. Let me sum up.
The home of Texas Country. Texas Homegrown Radio. In a world where not all radio stations are equal, one stands above the rest. The best of Texas red dirt, Southern rock. But no, I repeat, no bro country.
Singing bro country. Every song is like headlights, bonfires, dancing in the full moon, bar fights, tailgates, hashtag new boots. We don't care. Singing bro country.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Keeping it real in the Ville. Texas Homegrown Radio. Live from the cowboy capital of the world.
Hey y'all, Janie Balderas here, and you're listening to the Texas Homegrown Radio with the amazing Jody Lee and the amazing Jeb Bridges. Don't turn that dial now. Stay tuned.
Hey y'all, this is Cody Braun with Reckless Kelly, coming to you live from Cabo, Mexico. You're listening to The Morning Ride with Jody Lee.
Going friends, it's Clutto from Flatland Cavalry, and you're on The Morning Ride with the one and only Jody Lee on Texas Homegrown Radio.
I think we just need a little music.
It's the morning ride. Live from the Rockstar Ranch at Texas Homegrown Studios, it's the morning ride.
Come on, Dewey. Join the party.
No, Dewey, you don't want this. Get out of here.
You know what? I don't want no hangover. I can't get no hangover.
It doesn't give you a hangover.
Get addicted to it or something?
It's not habit forming.
Oh, okay, well, I don't know. I don't want to overdose on it.
You can't OD on it.
It's not going to make me want to have sex, is it?
It makes sex even better.
Sounds kind of expensive.
It's the cheapest drug there is. You don't want it.
I think I kind of want it.
Okay, but just this once. Come on in.
The Morning Ride on Texas Homegrown Radio.
All right, welcome back in. It is the Morning Ride right here on Texas Homegrown Radio.
Live from Texas Homegrown Studios.
Dave Perez is in the house. That's what I'm talking about.
Here, man.
Yeah,
So glad
man,
to
good
be
to see you. I was just telling everybody, I was like, because you have the same disease I have. Like, I feel like Dave smiles so much you can't help but be happy around him. Like no matter what, you know what I mean? Like no matter what's going on, he just makes you feel good when he walks in the room.
Man, you know, I wake up every morning real giddy, real happy, and my wife is completely opposite.
She's not a morning person.
She's not. I'll look over at her. I was like, "Hey, baby, how you doing?" She's like, 15 more minutes.
Yeah. She's like, I gotta have coffee first.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Yeah, we're probably crazy people. I do that too.
And it doesn't matter what time I wake up. Like I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning.
I know.
I never wake up.
I'm like
that
Pee Wee
early.
Herman. I'm like, good morning, coffee. Good morning, flowers.
I am not that.
Good morning,
No,
dears.
you're not a morning person.
No, I gotta do something first. Like,
Yeah,
if
Jeb's not.
If I do I gotta do some push-ups or like do something to wake myself up. I gotta or go outside. If I go outside for a minute and it's nice and cool and I drink a cup of coffee, I feel great, you know. But man, when I first get out of bed, like I'm stubbing my toe, I'm cussing the cat.
I'm getting to the age where like if I just wake up, I'm like, whew.
Man, if I had to do push-ups to wake up, I don't think I'd be a morning person anymore.
I told my doctor, I was like, hey, I do sit-ups every day trying to get out of bed.
99, 100.
Got to get rocking to get out of there.
I didn't say I liked it, but it wakes me up though.
That's awesome, man.
So good to have you in studio, man. Like it's crazy.
Dude, this is great. I've never been here before. I love it.
It's like the ultimate music man cave. Is what I've decided.
Oh yeah,
you're right.
I mean, there's 30 years of radio on the walls. Like it's crazy. How much stuff I have? So much stuff I ran out of wall.
I hardly leave this place.
But yeah, Jeb lives in here.
Yeah.
He's like he loses track of time because
the time warp.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of window, So since it's a studio, and he doesn't know what time it is, so he'll work till like 2 or 3 in the morning and be like, "Oh, crap."
If I get into mixing something, I could be in here for 17 hours straight. My wife will call me and she's like, "Hey, are you
gonna come home tonight?"
6 in the morning. I'm like, "It is."
I
thought it was 6 at night.
He's like, "I'm just gonna stay. It's time for the morning show."
Yeah.
So I used to be that way, but then what happened was we got this I bought this standing desk, and then my wife made me buy this little treadmill that goes underneath it. So like I'm only working like 15 minutes at a time, and I feel it.
Man, everybody's blowing up, but now everybody's excited. Got Dave on. We gonna do some live music?
Yeah, man.
Heck yeah!
I drafted Jeb as an honorary Tejas Brothers this morning.
What?
Yeah, I got the card out in the truck.
What? We even got Jennifer from Missouri.
That's
She's
awesome.
tuned in. She comes down for Larry Joe every year.
Jennifer from Missouri.
From
Okay.
Missouri.
Hi, Jennifer.
I bet you've met her too, because she's like a huge fan. So.
Oh yeah.
So she's on. She said perfect for a Monday morning.
Heck
That's
yeah.
a way to start it out.
Hey, yeah. This is the first time I've been I live in Cleburne, Texas now. I was born and raised in Grand Prairie, and we moved to Cleburne to get about 5 years ago.
Get away
from the traffic. And man, Cleburne is worst town in the world. 8:00 on Monday morning.
I know. I had to go to the doctor in Dallas, and I drove through that way. I'm like, what is going on?
I was like, why are
I
we
wasn't even
stopping?
downtown. I was just on the interstate going.
It took me to go about a mile from my house. It took about 17 minutes. Because the buses, they stop at every house. They don't have bus stops. They stop at everybody's house to pick up their kids. And they're like, the bus driver's like, "Hi, good morning, Gail. How you doing?"
you're like,
I'm like, "Go already, go." I was going to go break one of those flashing signs off the bus. Like, go.
Just go to house to house.
Yeah.
Bus driver's like, "Hang on, hang on."
Exactly. And dude, in every green light in Cleburne, like it's an event. It's like
Oh yeah.
when it's red, they're sitting there, and then I see these cowboys up in their trucks, right? And it's like as soon as it turns green, they get up, they're like, "All right, I better." They check their mirror, and it's time to go. It's like, no, dude, go.
Yeah, go, yeah.
It's like,
So
go.
like only one makes it through, and then it changes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's almost there, right?
And then I start honking, and they think I'm just waving at them. Like, how you doing?
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Well, let's do some live stuff.
All right.
In case we got somebody that's lived under a rock and hadn't heard Dave before.
Well, I kind of wanted to. I was talking to Jeb earlier. I think it'd be cool if we did a little Texas Tornadoes, man.
Oh, that would be awesome.
All right, we're
Let's
going to do this
it.
in C. He normally does it in D, which is really high for me, so we're going to do it in C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, baby, ¿qué pasó? I thought I was your only vato. Hey, baby, ¿qué pasó? No me vientes el zapato. I said, come on, baby, turn around. Let me see those pretty blue eyes. Don't you know that I love you? Don't you even realize, Jennifer? Hey, baby, ¿qué pasó? I thought I was your only vato. Yeah, there it is. Hey, baby, ¿qué pasó? Please don't treat me de ese modo. Come on, baby, turn around. Let me show you how I feel. Don't you know that I love you? Y mi corazón es real. Everybody, hey, baby, ¿qué pasó? Yeah. I thought I was your only vato. Jody Lee coming in with that bass voice. Hey, baby, ¿qué pasó? Please don't treat me de ese modo. One more time. Hey, baby, ¿qué pasó? That bass voice. I thought I was your only vato. Hey baby, ¿qué pasó? Hey baby, ¿qué pasó? Please don't treat me de ese modo.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Dave Perez live in studio with us here on the Morning Ride. That was greatness.
That's fun, man. That's fun.
I know I sing deeper than I talk. It's weird. Jeb helped me find my sound. When I first started writing songs and was playing stuff, I tried to sound like Ryan Bingham. Then I couldn't talk for 3 days after I'd sing, and he's like, "That's not your voice." And
that raspiness?
Yeah, and so I started playing with Jeb, and then going in the studio changed it. I mean, it was, so it kind of helped me find my own thing. So.
I used to try to sing. There's some like Tejano artists that like Ramon Ayala, his vocalist Ramon Ayala sings high. He sings the harmony, and all of his vocalists have always had a really raspy voice. So I kind of wanted to emulate them when I first started playing the accordion.
Yeah,
and it took a toll.
So it's hard.
It's really hard.
What's the one you used to sing to? You used to sing like somebody. It was real like.
Louis Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong, yeah.
Now that I can do. I can do that. Man. That doesn't mess with me. I don't know.
Really? I figured that would like hurt your voice. Man, he sounds just like Louis Armstrong.
Really?
Yeah, Jeb. I make Jeb all the time do. What was that guy's name? Where you sing about everything that's on the desk?
Oh, Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan. I mean, Jeb does a really good Bob Dylan.
Sings about everything on the desk.
Yeah, we did a deal one day, and I just like everything I said on the desk, he had to sing about as Bob Dylan. So he'd sing about the Kleenexes or the coffee, or he was just making up a song as we go. It was the funniest thing ever. So.
Did you put the cow on the desk?
So, oh yeah, we did it all. Yeah, he does a good Bob Dylan. Do your Bob Dylan.
We're the transcendental meditation based on Kleenex is on the table, got to me. And as I walked into the room from all the mushrooms on the pizza of life in the universal guacamole.
And we had to do a Louis Armstrong and Bob Dylan duet.
Oh my gosh, that would be legendary. What? Did that just happen?
Yep.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep. He was gonna have me do. We were talking about when Britney Spears was doing all them crazy Twitter posts. We were just gonna read them all in the voice of Bob Dylan.
Yeah, like just
none of them made sense.
Yeah, just read it completely the way it is on.
But sing it.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah, but then she, then Twitter went away and ruined it all. And I don't know.
Really bad for
Britney, and it'd be weird now.
Oh yeah.
Would have been funny at the time. We missed our moment.
People stopped laughing and they're like, "Oh, she's ill."
Story of my life. I missed my moment.
Golly.
Missed it by that much. It's like when you're going to tell a joke and like it would be funny, but then like if you wait too long, then it just is not funny, because then it's sad or it hurts somebody's feelings.
Oh, yeah.
But if you'd have done it at the right moment, you'd have got a great laugh.
I can't tell you how many times I've told jokes and got crickets and been like, "Oh, it's the wrong room."
Too soon. Too soon.
I had to learn. Touring with Jody helped me a lot with the picking which jokes to tell you.
I can't remember the guy's name, the comedian, but he says he was doing his stand-up routine, and he says something like, "You can't make everybody happy all the time." And last night, all those people were at my show.
You know what? I had a crowd like severely turn on me one time over a dance contest.
Oh, I remember that.
I was playing in Round Rock, and I was playing at like a packed house, and I had my band up there, and I was like, hey, let's do a dance contest, and I had merch and shirts and all that stuff. And it's like, all right, we're gonna play this David Lee Murphy song, let's do Dust on the Bottle, and so guys start playing down, and I'm like, all right, everybody, all right, we're gonna do a dance contest. It's gonna be and before I could even say anything else, I had 10 couples on the dance floor, and I'm like, crap. And so I'm like, all right, well, it's going to be, crowd response is going to pick it, because I didn't want to be the guy. And so we played the whole song, and at the end, I'm like, all right, everybody line up at the stage, and I'm like, crap. And so I got to go through. And when you got that many people in, you can't tell. I mean, by the third one, the crowd's not into it anymore. Yeah. They're just like, woo, woo. And I'm like, all right, well, obvious winners right here. All of them got mad. They're like, I won that. We won that.
We're not standing for this show. We're out of here.
Well, no, they just start bum rushing the stage, yelling at me. I'm like, just give them shirts. All of them.
Everybody gets free shirts.
So everybody got a shirt, and all of a sudden, then we had 20 people walking around with band shirts on. It's like I had to flip that quick, and I'm like, great. That cost me $350.
No more dance.
The Tejas Brothers. I remember one time we were playing at this club called the Coal Miners in Malakoff, Texas.
Oh wow!
East Texas.
Yeah, I know where that's at.
Oh my gosh!
Over by Gun Barrel City.
And so the owner of the club was trying to kind of rebrand his club, and he wanted to go more towards Texas country, right? Texas music. And that club forever had just been a DJ top 40 country.
Oh God!
And so
y'all were like the first ones.
We were the second band. We were the second band in that series, right? And Tommy Alverson called me. He said, "Man, I saw your schedule, Dave." He says, "Well, you better be careful out there in Malakoff." I said, "What?" He said, "Well, I'm just telling you, it's a pretty tough crowd." If Tommy Alverson is calling the Tejas Brothers saying, "Hey, you might have a tough time," that's pretty.
That's a bad feeling,
man.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, and so we actually they chased us out of that club.
Yeah, you're definitely not top 40. Yeah.
It was ugly, man. The DJ comes up, and I could tell before we went on, the DJ's up there, and he's got his tight Wranglers on. He's got it, he's got a couple of. I don't want to say anything bad about the guy, but anyways, he's dancing around. He's enjoying. He's got his headphones like this,
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, he's doing this, and he's over there boot scooting behind the DJ booth, and he's pointing at the girls, and they're like, yeah, like almost like these are his songs, but it's like he's playing all this Kenny Chesney and all this other stuff, right?
Gosh.
And he's just like,
the only thing's worse is when they sing along to it too.
Oh yeah,
up there. Oh yeah,
singing stuff like "She thinks my protractor's sexy."
Oh, and then he gets on the mic. He's like, "Let me hear you scream!" And,
oh my God!
And then we come up. We're like, we sing "Boogie Woogie Mamacita" like a question. Boogie Woogie Mamacita.
Oh my God!
It changes the song when you sing it like a question.
Yeah, exactly.
That's greatness.
Mama tried. Mama tried.
Yeah.
Mama tried.
Oh, Robert Boyd said, "Man, I love me some Dave."
Oh man, I love you too, brother.
And Holly Branham says, "Hell yeah, I am digging this."
Oh, awesome.
Let's do another song, man. That was fun. That's what they want to.
How about some Freddie Fender? I know you mentioned.
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
Spoons.
See, I could never play those. As a fat kid, you don't want to carry eating utensils because people already think that you eat all the time. So if you pull out spoons, they're like, "Oh, yep."
Nice. I was thinking maybe "Wasted Days and Wasted Nights." Do you know that song?
Man,
it's in the key of E. Wasted, yeah. Here goes. Wasted days and wasted nights.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
I have left for you behind. For you don't belong to me. Your heart belongs to someone else. Why should I keep loving you? Yeah. When I know that you're not true. And why should I call your name when you're to blame for making me blue? Don't you remember the day that you went away and you left me? Oh, I was so lonely, crying for you only, my love. Wasted days and wasted nights. Here comes Sir Louis. I have left for you behind. Yeah. For you don't belong to me. Your heart belongs to someone else. Solo. Oh, yeah. That's my man Deb on that guitar. I wish I could do some Bob Dylan. Don't you remember the day that you went away and you left me? Oh, I was so lonely, crying for you only, my love. Why should I keep loving you when I know that you're not true? And why should I call your name when you're to blame for making me blue? Yeah, yeah.
Love it. Man, he nails that Louis.
Oh, yeah, he does. I ain't never played that one before.
He does a better
I love that
he
song.
does a better
I love
Louis
that song.
Armstrong than Louis Armstrong did.
Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, that's
I remember the first time I seen you do that at Larry Joe's, and I was just like, "What?" Like the crowd lost it, like they went nuts.
Well, you know, with the first time I remember doing that the first time at Larry Joe's, and I saw so many people like looking at the sound booth,
like you were
what is he
lip-syncing.
doing?
He's
What did he
lip-syncing.
just do? He thought he was playing
It's not
something.
really him.
Yeah, it's not really him. And one
Yeah.
time, I think I was doing it, and I asked the sound guy this was out. I don't remember what town it was, but I asked the sound man, "Hey man, can you hit that Louis button?"
The Louis button.
And he was like this, "Yeah, I got it." And then I started singing Louis, and then this kid, about 14 years old kid, comes up and says, "Where can I buy a Louis button at?"
Oh,
he thought it was real.
Hey, nowadays there might be one.
Yeah, man.
They got so much stuff now.
Yeah.
Hit the AI button.
Yeah, exactly.
It kills me, like some of these young kids that I've seen them walk in, and they've got so many pedals and buttons, and I'm like, do they even know what all that stuff does? Like,
Right.
like, I would forget what each thing did. You know, like these guys that do the looper thing, like that's
yeah, man.
amazing to me.
It's crazy, man.
It's amazing to me.
And
Like
they'll
I
do
don't
the
know how
drums
they.
and everything. They'll be like,
Oh,
But
yeah.
the only bad thing is, I feel like if you take 10 minutes to start the song, that people are like,
Oh yeah.
I really don't care anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
Everybody's got to
like-
go to the bathroom now.
so where's it? Let's get a picture of
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna set this up. Y'all go get a drink and come back in about 10 minutes. I'll be ready for you. That's the only bad part of it, you know. But
Yeah.
I mean, it is impressive to be able to do that at a live show, I guess.
Oh man.
I'd rather just hear somebody play a song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you got a new song out too. We got to talk about that.
Oh yeah. We get together. We just have
Yeah.
fun. Forget about.
Yeah, we got.
forget about
I got to get on
agendas.
track. Chris will be texting me, going, "What? You didn't even talk about the single." But you got a solo project going on.
Yes, this is my first time that I've ever released any music without the Tejas brothers.
Does it feel weird?
It is. It does. It feels really weird, and it's crazy because, like, well, John Garza, he you know, he's my
Yeah,
he's my,
y'all been like-
yeah, he's my bro.
Yeah.
And he heard it. He was like, "Oh my gosh, it's killer." He says, "It's great, Dave." He says, "I love it." And he even put like a Facebook post and said, "Hey, Dave's putting this thing out, and they'll
That's cool.
support it. It sounds great." He says it's what I call an instant classic. And I didn't tell him. I didn't tell him to say
Yeah,
that.
I would say that too. Like I really do. Yeah.
Yeah, he said it sounded like an instant classic to him. Is what but the rest of the band, I emailed them the song and crickets. I didn't hear anything back from them. So I don't know if they like that I'm doing this or not.
I love it, man. I think it's great. Well, and I think it's it's good because it's different than what the Tejas Brothers music is.
And that's
and-
that was so this is a Daryl Dog co-write.
Yeah.
So
and you can hear the influence.
Oh, yeah.
Of both of you, and y'all have played together for so long too.
Oh yeah, yeah, and Daryl's great.
Yeah.
So he produced it too. We went to the studio and he produced it.
Yeah, y'all were with Bart Rose, right? Yeah,
Bart
Fort
Rose over in
South.
Fort
Yeah.
Worth.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And it was great, man, because we get behind he gets behind the dials behind Bart, and we start asking Bart to turn the drums down, and he's like, "Okay, we'll turn them down a little bit." And I look at Daryl, and Daryl's like, "A little more down." I said, "Yeah, a little more. Push them down a little bit more. Them drums, bring them down." And then he says, so he puts it down. About the fourth time, we're like, a little lower, more. You know what? Make it drastic. Go halfway down from what it is. And Bart goes, I don't know about this, guys. And then, like 2 or 3 days later after he had time to really let it mellow in his head and he heard it, he's like, that was a good call. Good call, man.
It's hard for a producer, though, I bet. Like, to
Oh,
be like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not really hearing it.
And, you know, I mean, it's like a lot of them are so used to bands coming in and just wanting to rock, you know.
Yeah. Especially nowadays.
Yeah.
The good thing about that though is like you got to be able to just like okay, because you know when you're in the project as a producer, especially sitting in the project, especially if you're doing anything on takes, you know, you do got to let it rest in your mind a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and our approach was to kind of go for that old classic retro Merle Haggard sound.
That man's definitely got it.
And I told Bart, I
Nailed
said, you
it.
know what? I said, Bart, pretend like the band is so far in the back. You know what? I said, pretend we're in Fort Worth and the band is in Dallas. That's how we wanted to sound.
That was great. Did you have strings on that?
Oh yeah.
It sounded like I was listening to it like in the background. It
Yes.
sounded like, yeah.
We had strings, and then and there was there's a lot of subtle stuff.
Yeah.
But then like Ben McPherson, you know Ben.
Yeah,
right?
we have a great fiddle player.
Great fiddle player. So he doesn't even come in until like the last third of the song. So there's so many different layers of it, and you just wait. Like the drums don't even come in until the guitar solo after the verse and the chorus.
I noticed that.
Yeah, that's great.
So yeah.
Yeah, it was done really well.
It picked up real good with this.
But what I like about it, it's a Christmas song, but it's not. It's a anytime song. It's like, to me, you mentioned Christmas. Like, it's not a Christmas song. It's about
Well, it's basically the way, in my mind, when I was writing it, I was like, man, you know, the heartbreaks can happen at any time. And I was like, what's the worst possible time to be lonely?
Yeah,
it's like
the holidays.
when everybody else is with their family
Yeah.
and their wives and their kids and everything, and then you're by yourself on Christmas. And I just thought about it. I said, man, I've never had to go through that. But somebody is out.
Yeah, there's
somebody out
people
there.
out- yeah.
So I wrote this song for those folks to know that, hey, you're not by yourself.
Yeah, that's well, and they say that's a higher rate of people.
Oh wow.
Being unaliving themselves.
Yeah.
It's a higher rate at the holidays because they do feel lonelier. So then maybe this will be something that they'll, like you said, they'll go, hey, I'm not alone. It's not just me. Like,
Right.
I can make it. If they made it through it, I can make it through it.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Maybe you could team up with something like that, like a nonprofit that does something for the holidays for those.
No,
people.
I want to make some money off of it.
No, that too.
I'm just kidding.
That too. That too. But I mean,
I'm teasing.
I mean,
No, I'm
it
teasing.
could
No, you're
become
right.
like an anthem for something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
You know. Yeah.
I don't know. You think the song might make them even sadder if they hear it?
That's a dilemma.
But you're right, though.
But sometimes sad people want to hear sad songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so if you're really sad and going through heartbreak, a happy song just pisses you off because then it's just a reminder that other people are happy and their life's going great. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
sometimes,
yeah.
Sometimes you need a sad song with a silver lining.
That's why sad country songs were always a hit because sometimes when you're sad, you just want to have somebody sad with you, like know,
Yeah.
and that song is your buddy that you're.
You know, that reminds me. My niece, she used to work with us in the office when she was just out of high school. Or she might have still been in high school, and Merle Haggard had just passed. And she was like, Uncle David, she's like, she was only 16, 17 years old. Uncle David, all my friends are talking about Merle Haggard, and I don't know who he was. And I said, okay, today
we're gonna fix that.
Today we're gonna fix that. I said, matter of fact, you're not gonna do any work for the Tejas brothers in the office today. I'm gonna pay you just to listen to Merle Haggard all day.
Oh, I want that job, right?
So we sat her down in the office and we set her in front of a YouTube, and and I played it for about 45 minutes. I came back after about 45 minutes. I come and she turns around and she's just teared up, man, crying. I said, sweetheart, are you okay? She's like, oh my gosh, I'm just so sad because I'd never heard of him, and now he's gone.
Oh man.
And I said, are you okay? Do you want to take a break? She's like, no, I love this. And she was crying, but she was sad, but she loved it. She loved that
That's
feeling.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's
man. That's awesome.
That's powerful music.
Yeah,
right
and
there.
we just
it
lost
is.
Chris Christopherson yesterday. Like,
What?
Yeah, Chris.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, Chris Christopherson passed away yesterday
no, man.
at his house in Hawaii.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Willie is the last highwayman.
Oh man.
Yep.
Yep. The last.
Put
of
him in
the-
a bubble.
Yeah, he's the last of the outlaw music.
Chris, I think
generation.
they said Chris was 88. He's one of the nicest guys I ever met too. Like,
Oh,
he's just
wow, I
super
never got
nice.
to meet him.
Yeah, he was so nice.
Wow.
Like when he was at Outlaws and Legends, you know how like a lot of the big guys, they'll sit on the bus until it's time for them to play, and then they got security and all that. Not Chris. He comes out. Shooter was playing earlier that day. He comes out, stood side stage, watched the whole show.
Wow.
and he was just like a proud uncle or something, you know,
Yeah.
like just so proud of Shooter. And then he walked around and talked to everybody. Like,
That's awesome.
And he's like Chris Christopherson. But then there was some little punk, I won't say who, Texas guys that were too good to even talk to the kids that were wanting autographs. And I'm like,
Oh, wow.
so I'm like, dude, Chris Christopherson was
Yeah.
just walking around being cool, and you're gonna act like you're too good? Like, come on, Chris Christopherson.
You know, Bill Johnson told me that in like.
That's why I love Tejas Brothers. They love their fans, and their fans love them.
Well, we don't even consider anyone as fans. We just say
Family.
they're either friends or
Yeah.
family. That's
Heck
what it
yeah,
is.
man, that's the way to do it, right?
Yeah, man.
It's always been that
I mean,
way.
because if you think about it, and this is a true. I've said this on stage so many times that there's only there's only 52 Saturdays a year, or 52 Fridays a year. The fact that somebody is taking one of those Saturdays or Fridays, coming out to hang out and watch us play,
Yeah,
dude, that's an honor.
that's
Like
huge.
I'm honored y'all are here.
Right.
That's the way I look at it, and I tell the audience that all the time. It's true. I think more artists, if they really thought about it in those lines, they would probably get out there and shake everybody's hand and sign everybody's
That's
autograph.
what it needs to be. That's why I love these guys.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Well, I know we're kind of running low on time. Can we squeeze in another tune? You think?
It's already been almost an hour. What?
Yes, but
Hey,
Chris
why,
will be
why
yelling
don't we
at
let
me.
them? Why don't we let them hear us?
Yeah, we could do that. We could play your new single. We could do that. Take a break.
Yeah, it's called Another Silent Night.
All right. Well, let's take a break and we'll do that, and then we'll come back and say goodbye and all
That
that good
sounds awesome,
stuff.
man.
Sound
Y'all
good?
get ready, man. This one's going to get you.
Get your Kleenex ready, y'all.
Stick around. It's the Morning Ride right here on Texas Homegrown Radio, and the new single from Dave Perez coming up next.